So we're finally approaching the habitat, which was built but not finished on the White Whale. Welcome to the city of New Los Angeles, very much under construction. Talking to people is immensely important in this game. We understand we have to take the back entrance, the stairs. Just having a look at that mighty machinery, goodness me. You can interact with a huge number of NPCs, but not all of them. Okay, we just got to call the elevator. And up we go. Just look at the size of this thing. This is not some dinky elevator. This is meant to transport huge amounts of building materials and who knows what. Just take in the nighttime view for a moment. Like with any city, you really have to learn to find your way around how to live in this city. It's more like an industrial complex, really. And it does pay to explore every nook and cranny, because the more you do, the more you unlock of the map of the city itself, and that is important too, just like exploring and unlocking areas of the outside world. I'm leaving the cutscene to load. I want you to know how long everything takes. See that achievement? Looks like we've completed all the parts for the prologue. I think the animation looks good in the cutscenes. It looks natural and smooth to me. Really, the only thing is the rather stiff hairstyles and the older style of 3D model faces. And I got used to that. I never think about it anymore. My favourite little scene coming up.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
And we begin Chapter 1.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
I'm a silent character, but I'm there. I'm right there in New Los Angeles.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery
2 days ago,
of
ma'am.
our brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to Director General in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be Emperor by next month.
For a better NLA and a better
Irina?
tomorrow.
Gwin?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwin Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
They are obviously future team members.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for Best Ass Kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
Mumble, mumble.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
I love how all the player characters are voiced, and voiced really well.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
The whole place is just massive. I don't know how I wasn't intimidated by it. New cutscene outside.
Damn it!
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade. Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
And another achievement. Chapter 1 in progress. Great. So I can now add Lynn to my party. She's a shield trooper, and she is really, really important. I call her my shield maiden, so she's a very welcome addition. And for the next few chapters, basically, Elma and Lynn will be my almost constant companions. Now, this is a very small detail, but nothing is unimportant in this game. You see that speech bubble there? Here it's a personal story, but it could also be some pretty significant information, and it contributed towards unlocking an achievement. So don't skip on these little extra NPC contacts. Everything, absolutely everything counts towards your status. Green exclamation mark. We all know what that means, story or mission. Here is the transport pilot for our tour.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the Industrial District, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the Administrative District. I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the Commercial District. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center of the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for skell maintenance and repairs.
Please remember this about the lower level. I kind of forgot about it.
And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
It really caught up with me when I just couldn't find my way there. Big tip, use the elevator.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Lynn is just too
Let's
cute.
get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we'd better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here.
Yeah, you gotta walk all the way around it.
That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Achievement, and we've discovered the administrative district. I'll be able to show you the layout on the map once we get our Frontier Nav map system activated on the gamepad. Let's have a closer look at these amazing mechs. You probably know that they're called skells in this world. A little snippet of insight here, lots and lots of flavour throughout Xenoblade X. So let's get started finding our way around Blade Tower. If you think I'm spending a lot of time here in NLA, well, what you see here is only a fraction of what I've actually been doing and how much time I've been spending here. Obviously, being an introductory chapter, it is a bit slower paced and takes longer. And here we have a more interesting conversation that also showed us a social connection between two characters being established. So this is not idle chatter, it will prove important in the future. Another character and another achievement unlocked, this time to do with affinity charts. Now you see this dialogue panel, that's the standard one, you'll get it everywhere, and inquire means they will tell you something about their own job or life, and then you can also delve a bit deeper. We'll look at the discuss option later. So I've now run all the way back so I can get around the tower and into the heart of the administrative district. Yay! Landmark Armory Alley. This is hugely important, those landmarks, because you will soon be able to fast travel between them. They are your important points on the map.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
get a load of that skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby. What? You don't remember what a skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only blades are allowed to pilot skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over. So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
There is quite a lot, I have to say, about the mission board and how to manage your work around it. We'll do that in the future. And you see also there is Eleonora standing by the console, and she is a really important character you need to talk to quite regularly. Now comes the important induction into the divisions.
This would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigent that moves.
And you got your reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the white whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira and have this place completely figured out, everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Alright, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. Alright, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Here you can review all the 8 divisions and make your final choice. I obviously didn't give you the whole spiel by Vandam, that would have taken forever. I was torn between Pathfinders and Prospectors, but honestly, the jobs overlap a lot, and as Elma said, you really don't have to worry too much, and you can change division, there's no penalty. So, in the end, I just love finding stuff.
Then it's settled?
Alright. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Big moment. I'm a blade now. And that's it for today. We'll tackle Chapter 2 next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Food for Dogs. Bye bye.